Hey, Dr. Adam here. Wanted to hop online and continue our video series, excuse me, on research and new research around chiropractic, current research, and really research that matters to you. So in this video, we are going through the association between cervical MRI findings and patients' severity of headaches. So this is a cross-sectional study that took 574 patients that have headaches and have also had an MRI with their neck. Now, one thing that I think is interesting about this study is it links and goes across many ages, many ranges, and many different findings. But why would somebody have an MRI of their neck? Well, that could be pain, continued pain, or radiculopathy, which means a pain in one area that spreads out to another, headaches that really are hard to diagnose, and also go into, so headaches have many, many factors to it: hormones, sleep, hydration, vitamin deficiencies, their trauma, specifically pinched nerves at the top and the back part of the neck that can go around and affect headaches. There are also parts in the lower part of the neck that can affect headaches, like whiplash, desk jobs. So with headaches, there's not really a one size fits all approach. There's not things that, just X always doesn't lead to Y, always lead to Z, so um, it can be complex. A lot of people that have headaches also have a sodium deficiency or a mineral imbalance, or again, so there's a number of things. So I'll pose this question: if there were more findings on MRI, did that also lead to more headaches? Now, what is a finding on an MRI? That could be a degenerative bulging or herniated disc. That could be arthritis. That could be bad position of the spine. There could be congenital issues that are findings on an MRI. So this study linked less headaches to, or a person that's more likely to have less headaches does not have more findings on an MRI. So if a person has one or three or five multiple findings on an MRI, they actually have a lower incidence of headaches. That almost seems inverse to what you would think, or maybe even it's like, well, multiple findings, more likely to have headaches. So let's unpack this a little bit. Why? So age has a big factor to it, specifically with, well, male or female. The younger we are, the more likely we have to have headaches. So when somebody, is either like a female is postmenopausal, or 70, 80, 90-year-olds have less headaches generally than somebody who's younger. So that may be a factor of the hormone discussion. So somebody, let's say in their 70s or 80s, is going to have more degenerative findings on an MRI and are less likely to have headaches. Now, another thing that I really think of when I was reading this study is, well, just because you have a finding doesn't necessarily mean that there's pain or there's headaches. That's pretty unique. There was a research study that I read in chiropractic school that took 50 men in their 50s, and they did an MRI of both shoulders. 80% of them had a rotator cuff tear, and only 20% of them had pain in their shoulders. So that's stating that even a percentage of people that could have a finding or a tear or a micro tear or arthritis doesn't necessarily mean that because you have that finding, you're going to have pain in that area, or you're going to have a headache, or you're going to have an outcome that's directly linked. So I thought this study was fascinating. It does call for more research to be done, or a broader topic or scope. So you're not always your diagnosis. You're not always your findings. And, just because maybe a test shows up negative, yes, that's good. That's objective data. Retesting is always good to see, what's changed over time. But, just that link is not direct. And it also is really important that you go see an expert. Go see a chiropractor that diagnoses and thinks from root cause focus, or how your body can heal as a whole. And I just hope this was helpful and informative to help keep you happy, healthy, and strong.